Hi guys, welcome to this new episode. This is Inspirations, my podcast about knitting and yarn dyeing. My name is Christelle and I'm hosting this podcast every week on Mondays usually, with the exception of today, obviously. I'm also sending a newsletter every Monday and there's a shop update at least twice a month, and it's on a Monday. I hope you're doing well. Thank you for joining. If you're a returning viewer, thank you so much. I really appreciate you watching the podcast. So today I wanted to touch base with you on the colorway for the Sock Knitter's Almanac for the month of May. Colorways, actually. I wanted to share with you my inspiration and let you know that the colorway is now, both colorways are now available in the shop as pre-order. Dyeing turnover is 4 weeks, and yeah. So, sorry about this. This is a mood board for the month of May. So I wanted to explore a palette of blue. And the name of the colorway is Sea of Stars. It's a lovely name, very poetic, and it can, I mean, literally it's, you know, this bioluminescent plankton phenomenon in the sea that sometimes you can see at night, and it's absolutely whimsical and marvelous to witness. And that's actually its name, Sea of Stars. And I think that name is so evocative of things like mysterious and fantastic, and yeah, it has a catch to it, I think. And you can take it actually like in the literal sense, like a sea of stars, so this bioluminescent phenomenon, or also when the sea is reflecting the stars, or you can, you know, picture it the other way around and look at the sky and think it looks like the sea. And that's what I wanted to play with this month, and that's what I wanted to share in the mood board, that you could liberally interpret this expression as your heart wishes. So I find it so beautiful and inspiring, and I wanted to dye a colorway based on that. And so also my reason for dyeing a beautiful blue-based colorway is that the colorway from April, Lalande, in gold and fuchsias, I struggled a bit to find something to go along with it as a contrasting color, and I thought I was missing the perfect blue, and so I had to create and come up with the perfect blue to go with Lalande. So that's what I did. And because I've had a wonderful fiber show it was yesterday and the day before, in the 5th arrondissement of Paris. It was called L'Enorama, it was the first edition. I had the colorway as en avant-première, actually, so everything is already done. The sample is crocheted and knitted. The yarn is caked up. I mean, I've never been so on time for any colorway of the Almanac before. So here's Sea of Stars, and it's this beautiful vibrant blue. You have different shades of blue in there, or different hues, I never know. You have sapphire, you have teal, you have peacock, and then I came on afterwards with a lot of speckles, just to add a tiny bit of, you know, greens to the mix. And I really love the result. I love how deep and saturated it is, with so many different nuances in there. It's I'm not a fan of blue, I must say. It's not my favorite color, it's not my go-to color, but I'm digging this kind of blue. It's beautiful. I'm loving it. Actually, I love blues when there's either a lot of green or a lot of purple in them. So I've been showing you without telling you, so that was Extra Fine et Soie Lurex BFL. I've just shown you Extra Fine Fingering, and this is Stellina. You can see the very slack shimmering, it's beautiful. And as promised, it's already sampled. So this is the crochet and the knitted square. And for those of you asking, this is crochet 2.5 millimeters and needles 3 millimeters. And so afterwards, I wanted to dye a contrasting color. I don't know, I think my train of thoughts was Sea of Stars, Sea Star, boom, Jellyfish, and because I have a pigment in there that's called Radioactive, that's Atomic Jellyfish, okay? If I have to reconstruct the way I came up with the colorway, I think it must be it, because, I mean, it's pretty bizarre, okay? Atomic Jellyfish is pretty bizarre. I must say. Here it is, Atomic Jellyfish, but in the right position. Here you go. So you have two colors in common with Sea of Stars. You have a blue and a green, and otherwise you have this riot of colors and speckles. You have a neon pink and greens, blue, and it's really beautiful. This is on Lurex. This is on Extra Fine Soie, so that's your extra fine merino superwash with 25% of silk. This is on Extra Fine Fingering, so this time it's 85% merino, extra fine merino superwash, everything superwash, and 15% nylon. This is on BFL. It was a test. I'm not really, I don't think BFL is the best base for this colorway, so I'm not putting any in the shop. But if you want that colorway on BFL, just let me know. I will dye it for you, but I will not put it as a pre-order because I think it's not the best base for this. BFL does not work very well with neon colors because it's too yellow to start with, in my opinion. And this is on Stellina. Another base that would work very well with this colorway is MCN, definitely. And the knitted sample and crocheted sample is like so. So this is the crochet, and this is the knitted sample. And there you go, guys. That is the colorway for the month. I don't know why I think this is better. And here you go, all caked up. Always nice to see what it looks like. And that's it. Also wanted to very quickly touch base with you on my ongoing whip. That's the Wisdom of the Moon shawl. You will find the details in the show notes. I don't remember the name of the designer, I'm sorry, but I will put it definitely in the, if you click the description below, you will get the name and the details and the link to the Ravelry pattern. It's a free pattern on Ravelry. So I made, I think, good progress on this because I'm done with the stranded color work, which I'm very proud. And I'm actually closing in on the finish line. I think I have like something between 10 and 15 rows to go. I bought the most beautiful little markers to go with this particular shawl at a festival 1 week ago. It was Bretzlen in Alsace. It's from Tessa. And yeah, I will link her down below as well. And this is absolutely gorgeous. This pattern is gorgeous and it's quite big. The only thing I have to say is that I didn't knit a gauge sample. I used my extra fine, my DK base in the shop. It's 200 meters for 100 grams. and the pattern said I needed just a tad over 2, but I thought because usually designers have a buffer, I thought it would be okay to have only 2. And I put some kits in the shop based on 2 skins of the main color. And this is my 3rd skin of the main color. And I'm not finished yet, and I think I'm going to be eating at least half of the skin, which is quite a big difference since I'm using the same needle size. I'm a bit, you know, yeah, that's just this point that I think is really, yeah, I would have preferred to have a much more, you know, generous yardage requirement just to be on the safe side. But anyway, yeah, and I've not, you know, used up all the contrasting color. I still have that left, and I think it's going to, I'm going to play yarn chicken on this, but I have another skin available, but I think this is going to be enough. So I think the shawl is going to fit into 4 skins in the end, but it will have been 3 from the main color and 1 for the contrasting color. One modification that I did is that I used only 1 contrasting color, and the pattern calls for 2, but I preferred to knit mine with 1. Yeah, I will post definitely the yardage I used for the finished project knitted as indicated, but yeah, more than indicated on the pattern. I needed more decay than what was listed on the pattern. Anyway, that's it for this week, guys. I will be happy to see you next Monday because I want to share with you, I've reorganized the way I'm approaching my whips. I have a lot of whips. I don't know if you're like me. I've watched very recently a podcast episode by Wool Knit Hands knitting podcast, that's Taylor, and she had this wonderful idea to archive your work in progress, the ones that are not active. And I think it's such a great idea because it clears up space around yourself. It cleared up the space around myself, and my project are very tightly stored in a bin with all the information I need to pick them up and start knitting on them again very easily. So I'm going to share that with you next week, and so you know, Taylor has a great podcast episode on that with a free template to do your own archive, but I will share what I did for mine next Monday. Also, next Monday in the shop, you will see the colorways from the month of May from the previous years of the Sock Knitters Almanac. So there will be 4 colorways available as a pre-order in the shop next Monday, and if you want to know which ones, it's going to be Snapdragon, Fun and Flowers, Street Art, and Urban Legend. And that's it, guys. Thank you. Have a lovely week, and I'll see you next Monday. Bye.